know to make a decision on whether you want to apply or not. And I do recognize that it looks like a lot of information and small lettering, but it was the only way I could get it down on one sheet, so we didn't have to flip through a bunch of them. But there's a lot more to these grants, but this is enough to help you make a decision on whether you're going to move forward with one or not, I believe. So just quickly to kind of show you how it's laid out. There's a couple different columns. The first one is the grant program. Then you got eligible activities. That would be what can we apply for. Then the next one would be your grant amount that you could apply for, minimum, maximums, things like that. Also, then the next one would be matching cost share requirement. How much does the police jury have to put up to get this grant? Then when the application opens, when's the application's deadline? So I want to briefly go over it with you, but mainly have it so you can review it on your own, look at it, decide what you want to do. But let's just go briefly through it first. The first thing on here is the FY 26-27 Water Sector Program, Phase 2. This was something y'all voted on last time to move forward with. I have it on here. The deadline's already passed, but I think it's already been submitted, and it was for the Tricia Park sludge removal at the treatment pond. So that's just the first one on the list. We don't really have to talk about that one. The next one is the EPA Brownsfield Program, FY 26 Community-Wide Assessment Grant. This thing was just released at the end of last month and is due on January 28th. This has a maximum grant amount of $500,000. There's no local share requirement, and this is to clean up sites like your monofield, where you have a contaminated site that can't be used for any type of future development. That's how EPA classifies a brownfield site. This grant and the next one kind of go together. The first one is the community-wide assessment grant. The next one is the cleanup grant. So the first one you apply for up to $500,000 for the planning, the environmental assessments, everything to get you through the construction phase. Once you get that grant, you do all your planning, your environmental assessments, then the next year you apply for the construction phase, and that is up to $4 million. And it doesn't have a match requirement, and it's due at the same time. It opens around November and usually closes around the end of January. The next one is the Local Government Assistance Program. This is the LGAP. Y'all apply for these every year. Typically you apply for stone, and this is through the state. You can apply for up to $100,000, and you can almost apply for anything, but historically y'all have applied to get more stone in your road program. There's no match requirement. Sometimes you show a match, just if you're typically putting in some match, it kind of maybe looks good on it. This is something your senator and your representative help get you a little more money for it. The next one is the Community Water Enrichment Fund. This is for water system improvements. You can apply for up to $100,000. In the past, y'all have been helping Southwest Avoyelles Water District with their water system on this grant. It's been, I believe y'all enter into an agreement with them, and they do the project, and then y'all just run it through your office, and if any overages, they pay for it. That's also a max of $100,000. Those are due on February 28th. LGAP and CWEF are both due February 28th of 26. Then there's the next two are Delta Regional Authority grants. The first one is called the CDAP, or the State Economic Development Assistance Program. It has a minimum amount of $50,000 that you can get, or up to $500,000, and then I'm going to combine the CIF, which is the Community Infrastructure Fund. It's a minimum of $500,000 up to $2 million. They're very similar, just one's a little bigger. There's a few variances between the two, but for the most part, you can apply for a lot of the same things. They typically fund smaller projects with the CDAP, larger projects with the CIF, and therefore they can be used for any basic public infrastructure, transportation infrastructure, business development, job training, things like that. All these things on these programs have to focus on economic development, job creation, something like that. So if you were to pave a road or something like that, we would probably want to say how that road's really bad and it's discouraging people from going to this business area of the parish. The next one is the capital outlay request. Y'all know about that one. Y'all just did that one, last meeting, y'all talked about it. I think y'all may have submitted some grants, applications for that. That's every year through the state. There's no max on it. They're always due November 1st. So we're past that, but next year they'll be due November 1st again. So just so we're ready for it, we can start planning. The next one is the Louisiana Community Development Block Grant Clearance Program. This is a program to clear blighted properties. Any property that would be detrimental or endangering to the public safety or public health or welfare. The minimum amount is $150,000. The maximum is 500. For y'all, it's 750,000. Cities and parishes can get up to 750,000. Right now, the local share, based on what the grant will pay for, you're probably going to spend on the low end, if you go with the minimum amount, $80,000. On the high end, around $160,000. And that's just based on, they don't pay for administrative costs, the legal fees, any type of bidding and things like that. What they basically pay for is the asbestos inspection, abatement, and the demolition. Anything to get to that point is going to be on y'all to do that. And grant administration is something, if you were doing it yourself, you wouldn't even have to pay for. But that's in those local share numbers I'm giving you. Those are due at the end of the year, December 15th to 26th. The 27 applications will be due. The last one I have on here is the Louisiana Community Development Block Grant Public Facilities Program. This is where you can apply for street improvements, sewer treatment, water projects, sewer projects. Y'all have a grant in right now on the fiscal year 25, 20, or 26, 27 year, because I've seen y'all even been shortlisted to put in a full application this recently. So I don't know what y'all applied for then, if it was streets or if it was some water system project for one of the water districts, streets. Okay, so that's where I thought you would probably try. For streets, you can apply for up to $1 million. The local share requirement is just for the grant administration, which usually is around $60,000. I talked to your grant consultant, that's about what he charges. And those are anticipated to release in January 2027. And the anticipated timeframe for getting it, application started is May 2027. So we're a little ways out from that. The thing with these public facilities projects is when you put in an application, it lasts for 2 years. So right now, the one you put in last year is good for last year and this year. So they won't accept applications again until next year. And that is the entire list. And I know I skipped through some things, but that just kind of gives you the highlights. Y'all have any questions? And I'll say if y'all don't, just if you look at it, feel free to call me, ask me any questions, or talk to me catch me in the next meeting, and it's fine. I'll try to answer any questions y'all have. And if y'all need any help with any of these grants, we'll be glad to help, available to help.
Yeah, are your demolition grants, I was led to believe those were like low mod grants?
The demolition are not. CDBG has certain things that they have to, goals they have to meet, and one of them is low mod, but they also have the elimination of slum and blighted properties. So in those cases, you don't have to have the low mod. Now, I didn't say that. On the public facilities grants, where you're applying for streets, you do have to meet the low mod. 51% of the benefiting area has to be, 51% low to moderate income beneficiaries. So that will be one thing when you look at streets, and y'all probably did that last time, is you have to go look for areas, certain areas to work on the roads. You can't just go pick any one you want. Anything else?
No, sir. Thank you.
Demolition projects with the town, the 500,000 they got or something? Was that a grant or?
Yes, that was this clearance grant. So back when the city did that, they didn't require you to pay for grant administration. That was covered by the grant. So the local share was a lot less than it is here. So you still had to pay for the property inspections, the contract development, any inspections thereafter, or any type of work to get it to demolition, but you didn't have to pay that $60,000 of grant administration, so that would reduce their local share quite a bit. It's a little bit, it's not as attractive anymore now that they took that out. Now, one thing I'll tell you is they tend to change the rules every time they do an application cycle, so it's possible they could change it. You know, next year's probably locked in because they've already released those rules, but the following year, they may pull the administration out and say that they'll pay for it, so we'll just have to be watching.
Do they still using that money yet? Tearing houses down?
We haven't torn it down, we've used some of the money for the asbestos inspection.
But they haven't tore.
Haven't torn any down, it's all hinging on the approval of the environmental. Like I say that, it's been approved, it's now in the public comment period. Notices in the paper and all that, so it's gonna have to start early next year.
And that's just, private property,
That's correct.
so a church wouldn't, qualify.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I know we can't tear down public property, and I believe it's supposed to be private.
it is private, yeah.
No church would.
Church ought to be private.
And private, it might fall under, we'd have
It
to
may
ask.
qualify. You'd have to ask.
Could you, maybe check on that for me?
Yes, sir.
I'm
Anything
glad
else?
both of y'all was here today.
Yeah, tell them apart.
Y'all got it? All right, well,
Ms. Jamie, do you mind taking these opportunities and maybe putting that on our agendas 3 months prior before they're due?
Sure.
If you don't mind?
No, sir.
And then that maybe could flag Mr. President, flag us, and if we want to, and anybody has any needs in their district or ideas, I don't think it hurts to try.
All right, thank you, Jack. All right, next up is Dr. Falls.
Good afternoon. Thank you for the opportunity to share some information that I gathered. The purpose of the survey, and you have copies in front of you, the first page is just the instruction and overview of the purpose of the survey and how people can complete it. It's intended to give you information regarding any issues and concerns that the district, your constituents may have regarding stray animals. And it does tie in a great deal with the litter abatement, because one of the questions, as you'll see, is concerning issues with litter that relate to stray animals. So the survey was completed using Google Forms, and no one can complete the form more than once. The first day that the form was set up was the day after Thanksgiving. On the second day, we had 11 responses. On the third day, we had 62, and as of last night, 148. The survey continues. People are able to respond. I have to say Mr. Borrell is not able to respond because all responses are, you can do this on your phone. You can use a QR code, email. It can be shared on Facebook. So the goal was to have a broad representation and also to be able to break it down, the data down by Polish jury district, so that you may have information about the conditions or the concerns of those constituents in your particular district. So the first question is, are you a resident of Avoyelles? Therefore, when we can disaggregate data, we can eliminate people who are not residents that somehow were, got a copy and were able to respond. So as you see, out of the 148, that 97.3% of those responding were Avoyelles Parish residents. Now, some of those who weren't Avoyelles Parish residents could possibly have businesses here or perhaps property here and not be an actual resident. We don't have that information. The next question is, do you experience problems with stray dogs or cats being dumped at or near your home? And out of the 148, 91.2% did have issues with stray animals near their home. The next question, was concerning safety. Do aggressive stray animals pose a safety threat, either biting or attacking you, a member of your family, or a family pet? Okay, and so it's 58 to 41. Then the next one, do stray animals create garbage or litter issues? As you can see, 83% did have issues. In the next question, the last question is, would they be in favor of having an animal shelter or pet population program? And of the 148, 100% were in favor. The last page does give a breakdown by police jury district, merely a number of people responding. Not, I'm going to try to find out if we can disaggregate it in such a way that the response to each question, but this is simply the overall responses. I apologize that there are 3 blue areas that I know that my eyes have a difficult time distinguishing. But in general, 39.9% of the people responding were not aware of what police jury district they were in. So that may be some information that may be helpful.
That could be the juror.
Well, you never know. We could break it down by your district if you like and find out.
I don't think
Whoever
that's
that
necessary.
39.9% is, he needs to look at that.
Yes, it's pretty high. So anyway, the survey will continue. It's generated online. I would be happy to provide updates to the jury or to individual jurors. And do you have any questions or comments?
We're working on it.
Very good. Yeah, we're
Great
working on it.
information too.
We're working on it.
Wonderful. I also got wind of a particular vet who is in another parish that has put something in place. He's retired and willing to consult freely with us on establishing any kind of program.
Thank you, Stan. All right. Mr. Rasha, anything? All right, we'll move on to the committee reports. Start with the financial report, Ms. Jamie.
Okay, everybody, as we approach the end of our fiscal year, I am happy to report that our overall financial position remains positive. If you look in your packet, the report is a revenue and expenditure report that gives you a detailed comparison between what's budgeted and what the actual figures are. I think Ms. Laura has it up there for people in the audience to view. On the revenue side, the general fund has exceeded the budgeted revenue collection by 26%, and the solid waste has surpassed its budgeted revenue by 13.7%. Regarding expenditures, the general fund has exceeded the budgeted amount by 11%, and this is followed by Road and Bridge and the Permit Department both exceeding their budgeted amounts by 10%. When considering these figures, the overall revenue performance across these funds are very good. During our last audit presentation back during the summer, there were several findings, with the most significant being the unreconciled general fund. However, after many hours and hard work, Ms. Laura and I have successfully addressed all of those challenges, and we've restored the general fund to a reconciled status with positive cash balances. And those can be found on the last page of the report. If you want to go to those, if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer those. And if not, we can move on to the budget, which you can look at between now and next week. But I just wanted to kind of give a little overview of how we came to that proposal. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
I like some progress.
Okay, that's fine.
Any
And
questions?
give me a little time to think.
Anybody? All right, thank you, Ms. Jamie.
So the report that's, it shows the 26 budget, also has the 25 revised, and I'm gonna continue to revise that until it's adopted, Tuesday. And I prepared that operating budget using a cash, basis of accounting. And the current budget maintains service levels and reflects a financially conservative approach. It is important to note that all expenditures remain within our reasonable resources. and it's still in progress, so
All right.
it just gives you some time until, if you see something that doesn't appear to be, within range, just let me know and we'll look at it. And if you have any questions, just give me a call.
All right. Next up, Mr. Joey Osip.
Yes, sir. How y'all today? On OSEP side, we did receive our EMPG. The federal finally released it, our EMPG grant. Also, they released the money for Mr. Rupert Ward. So I think that's be going to closing pretty soon, within the next 2 weeks. Excuse me. You know, we survived hurricane season. Now we got to worry about ice storms. So anyway, on the other side, Brian's changed out a hot water heater here downstairs. He's been having some heating problems, air conditioning problems that he's been dealing with. One on the third floor in Mr. Judge Bennett's courtroom. He had some more at the health units and at the Ag Center. And that's all I have at this time, unless anybody has any questions or comments.
Joey, how about the alarm yesterday? Did y'all?
Yes, sir. It was just a malfunction in the alarm. I don't know, they don't know what caused it or whatever, but that's all it was. We're not due for an inspection till April, that they come back and recertify. He said he'd come now, but he had the charges. So I looked at it online, and I said, no, I said, we're just gonna, if we have some more problems, you know, then pay $500 for him to come over here and look at it and say, yeah, it's okay. So that's where we're at right now with the alarm. If it does it again, then maybe we have to do it, but we just had, you know, a fire alarm activation, and went from there.
Did you have to evacuate everybody or
We semi-evacuated, yeah, we asked everybody to walk out just to be sure.
courtrooms and all?
Yes, sir.
Good fire drill there.
Yeah, it was
All right, thank you, Joe.
all righty. Thank y'all.
All right, Road and Bridge, Mr. Kevin's not here, and we're supposed to have a sheet run off, but we didn't, so we're gonna email that to you, and you'll have it tomorrow morning for some things he wanted to address, so you'll know before Tuesday. He'll go over it again Tuesday. Miss Danielle's not here also, so we're moving to permit, Miss April.
Hello. Our November report, total permits was 132. 55 rentals, 18 purchased, 18 electrical permits, mostly limbs falling on meters, 12 new constructions, 3 contractors renewed, 4 demolitions, 5 mobile home setups, 3 generators, 1 home remodel, 1 new cell tower, 1 cell tower upgrade, and 11 RVs. We do have an industrial permit meeting on the 12th. I sent an email about at 2:30 at the barn. And we moved the planning commission meeting to the 17th, which is Wednesday at 5, because the last 2 Wednesdays are holidays.
All right.
Questions?
Any
Thanks.
questions?
Yes.
April, the people on the Cocoville Road, what are the ones that are supposed to be advertising to rent their space, which they weren't supposed to?
The RVs?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We told Robert about that. He said he went out there and it was not the ones that we approved for the 2 sons.
Uh-huh.
He said it's not those. I thought it was. It's the same people. It looked like the same area, but he said it's not. I got a call about it yesterday. I can go look. I'll get Barry to look. Yeah, I'll send him out there.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you. Miss Candy, library.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Lovely.
So I'm reporting on our library statistics for November through December 3rd. Physical checkouts were 1,013 books. Digital checkout, we had over 1,114 digital checkouts through our digital library called Library and Comics Plus. We've added 200 new physical books. Our total physical collection to date is 97,557 books. Total interlibrary loans that's offered through the state library called Loan Shark. We borrow from other libraries or other libraries borrow from us. So the total for the month of November was 33 borrows. And the total programs we had for November were 15. Total program attendance was 126 attendees. PC usage, a total of 345. Laptops, that was 182 for a total of 527 in terms of technology usage. Facility updates, Marksville branch parking lot is complete. The only thing we are, that's in progress right now is a handicap handrail that's to be added to the back of our building for patrons with disabilities, and they need to lean on that rail when they're coming through that back door. That should be completed within a week. Call for bids for Marksville branch's exterior renovations are to go out in January 2026. It's, as you all know, it's a very old building, 60 plus years, so we do have a lot of wood rot around the exterior of the building, so we're going to get that underway. Our Moorville branch floor, the last time I reported on it, we had those loose tiles and we were looking for a company to replace it. We found Rabelais Flooring Company out of Bunkie, and they're going to replace the floor for an estimated $4,000, and that's to be replaced mid-December. And that's for the simple fact that the floor tiling we ordered was delayed. Simsport branch's sink repair is currently underway. Estimates for the replacement of the rotted wood in the children's section is also currently underway. And I've also started on new conference room furniture. Technology updates. Currently, I'm working with the state library, and we are working together to get the latest tech equipment, something more recent that's not going to strain our budget, and that's going to be through TechSoup. And that's like one of the world's leading technology sources for nonprofits by a nonprofit. Through TechSoup, our library has access to nonprofit offers from Microsoft, Adobe, Dell, etc. As in terms of outreach, October 50, Border Control granted the library permission to join the Marksville Chamber of Commerce as a nonprofit member. On December 10th, I will be attending their monthly luncheon, and I will be representing the library at that function. On the 18th of November, I attended the Avoyelles Parish School Board meeting, and I proposed a collaboration between us and the school board where we join their monthly newsletter and where we highlight library programs and services that align with their learning community, and they were enthusiastic about it and they accepted it, and we'll start doing that in January. December 14th, the library will be participating in the Christmas on the Bayou Parade in Cottonport. In terms of marketing, beginning in January, the library will include inserts of our monthly newsletters, like the December newsletter that I included in the packet for the courtesy of the jurors. We'll do that and we'll publish in the journal, and that'll reach, I want to say, a little over 14,000 households. Now, we're only able to do it once a month, but it's enough to reach a wide number of people. We're also working on a commercial. We'll do a long form one, 1 minute or so, and it's all in-house. Like you can shoot on iPhones these days. You can make commercials on iPhones. We're going to do a short version, around 30 seconds. We'll publish those on our website and our social media, and we're also considering TV as well. So that's all I have for my monthly report. Does anyone have any questions or comments?
Your, the construction around the library, are y'all gonna put gutters back on there?
I'm thinking, right now, I'm in favor. You think not?
That's what's tore it all apart.
I was worried about, okay, so the thing I was worried about was that if the rainwater goes straight down, it wouldn't erode that brick layout that we have in the front, that brick walkway.
Shouldn't.
Okay.
But, I mean, where you enter the building, you probably have to put a little short gutter or something like that.
Okay.
To keep it from falling on people. But you can see what the gutter did to the fascia board and all that.
Okay, that's something I'll definitely, I'll keep in mind.
If you
for
do
maybe
it,
just
you
up
need to
front.
keep them clean enough.
Yeah. Definitely will keep all of that in mind before that goes out in January. Does anyone else have any questions?
The board that you replace I know we put that in the renovation portion of the budget. Is that for 26, right?
It should be for 20, now for the Moorville branch, that was a problem that I reported back in October.
Okay.
We were scheduled to get that underway in November, but then we found another problem where I got a call this morning from my branch manager at that location, and the floor tiles were wet. So there's a leak somewhere. I called the town hall in Moorville, and they sent some guys over. I haven't heard back from them yet, but I will follow up tomorrow morning to see what that is, so that doesn't hold up, the floor replacement process.
But that was a 25 or a 26 budget
That,
item?
that was a 25.
That was a 25
Yes.
budget item, okay. Understood.
Okay.
That's all I have.
All right, anyone else?
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Barry, litter abatement.
Good evening, everyone. Jared. So I did something a little different from my briefing this evening. Instead of doing what all was done last month, I kind of did like a year recap right quick, just because this is the last meeting we have for the calendar year. And I just wanted to touch on some of the highlights from the litter abatement program, being that this is the first year the program exists. So I was hired back on the 22nd of October of 2024. Received the vehicle around November timeframe. Received our citation booklets around December. Got the lights installed on the vehicle around January. First litter citation was written January the 10th. We got the decals installed on the vehicle in February. In June, the jury voted to buy the $3,000 worth of camera equipment, which we're still working on configuring that. And also in June, I wrote that camera grant to Keep Louisiana Beautiful that was awarded in August. That was $6,760 to purchase 6 cameras, which have been purchased and have been in use. Property standards to date, we've had 92 complaints total. Completed, that's 30 total. 28 of those were completed by the property owners without any interference or anything with the police jury having to intervene, other than talking them through the process and this and that, and kind of holding their feet to the fire. So we have 28 property owners that cleaned up their own property, and then the other 2 that the jury just cleaned up, and then we got the 1 pending. Well, we still have 48 in the queue. We have 9 that we have not made any contact with. We're still just trying to figure out where these people are. We sent certified letters. They came back unclaimed, so we're not wasting any more money sending any more letters out until we get a better address. And we have 7 other. Those are just different situations, maybe legal. We got quite a few legal where there's multiple people involved in the successions or whatever. And then the litter citations year to date is 16. And I want to make a note on that. If you look back at what I just said, we didn't receive our ticket books until January. So that's not even a full year. So that's 6 warnings and 16 citations. That's over 2 citations per month that were written.
Citations,
or summoned.
We're talking about, like, okay, here's the ticket, you have to come pay it.
Come to court.
Okay, and then, so I'm just trying to figure out, because,
So it may have gotten dismissed. It may have gotten reduced. I don't remember what all of them were. Some of them, the last 6 were warnings. So that didn't go anywhere. That's no revenue. And then pending, as far as right now, I have 4 summonses that I have to mail out. That'll be for next month's litter court. And that's all I got.
I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
So it seems I got a little problem in my district right now with somebody wanting to put, stuff in the ditch like, pine moss and stuff, leaves and stuff. And we done picked it up once, and it seemed like they still wanna put it there. Would that be something you can handle if I called you? Or
Yeah, I
you
would
don't
think
mess
so,
with that?
because that's a public right of way.
Yeah, so you would, I could call you on that?
Yeah, is that outside of city limits?
Yeah, yeah, it's outside city.
Yes, sir.
Parish Road.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay.
Probably wouldn't take more than just go and talk to them.
And it interferes with the drainage.
It interferes
Yeah,
with
well,
the drainage.
that's my big
And a ditch
problem.
doesn't belong to them. It's a public
Yeah.
right of way.
Yeah.
Right.
And I done we done sent somebody out there, well, really, Mr. President sent somebody out there, because I was out of town, and it seemed like they wanna.
Yes, sir. If you wanna text me the name or the address or whatever, I'll go.
Okay, okay, I'll go get the address. I rode by there, I think I got a picture of it.
Yes, sir.
And, Barry,
I
wanna
appreciate
thank you for the tar. and
Yeah,
stuff.
that was a big,
Yeah, that was a big one, and
How
we had
many-
to, we had to stay on them, but it got it done.
How many were there?
I think it was over 3,500.
yeah.
And
Who was
if-
that?
If you can keep them out of the flood zones, that's the main thing.
We got a couple more areas we gotta hit, but we're having to work through process and procedures
I didn't
legally.
get a chance to talk to you, but and Mrs. Sam also, we were in the meeting, the place on Highway 1 that we talked about with the mortgage company that had taken over that
Yeah,
property.
they boarded it up and they
did
shredded
cut
it, yeah.
Not perfect, but, you know, they did cut.
I went and
some
took
of it.
pictures yesterday.
Yeah, so.
So yeah, we have some movement. It's slow, but it's moving.
But it's
That's what we
getting
want.
people's attention.
Yeah, that's what we want.
That's the main thing we were after.
Forward progression. Yeah. Any other questions? Ma'am?
In observing, you know, the places that we're gonna do, do you see these stray animals, in the process?
It just depends on what parts of the parish. I mean, yeah, but there are a lot.
Yeah.
I get a lot of complaints and a lot of questions on what to do with stray animals, and I just
Yeah.
don't really have an answer for it.
Did you move, Mr. Berry?
Did I move?
Yeah,
From where?
one office to another.
I'm right here.
You still right there? Did you get your, didn't we approve some monitors for you?
Yes.
Did you get them?
Got 'em.
You got them?
Yep.
So you good?
Yes, sir. And I got my heater from Mr. Joey yesterday because it was like a refrigerator in there.
Like it is in here right now.
Yeah. So, thank y'all very much.
Thank you,
Appreciate it.
Barry.
I think it's quite comfortable.
All right, next up's engineer report, Mr. Rhett.
Good evening, Mr. President, jurors, ladies and gentlemen. Rhett DeSalle with Pan American. I handed out an engineering status report, like I always do every month. The highlighted portions are the new portions in it. The first thing under the road project is the road improvement program from 2025. Our favorite project. We're working on the project closeout and some drawdown requests. On your agenda tonight, you have an item for change order number 1, which is to adjust the final quantities. It's an overrun of $9,611.32. I also passed out a copy of the change order. And there's some details of a breakdown of each road and each item that overran or underran. And I'm not sure if y'all want to go through it all in detail, but the overview is the asphalted concrete, we had an increase of 98.59 tons at $148, which is $14,591.32. We had an underrun of the milling of asphalt concrete pavement by 220 square yards at $23 a square yard. There was an underrun of $5,060. And we had an increase of the topsoil item by 5 cubic yards at $16 a cubic yard, and that was an increase of $80. But there's also a breakdown in the back for each project. It shows you the original planned quantity for the road and the actual quantity used. And this change order is just to do the final accounting for the project. And it did result in an overrun of $9,600, $9,611.32. And I know you have an item to review and approve that further, but are there any questions or any discussion about the change order for the quantities? I can go through each road if y'all would like.
The quantities have changed, haven't they? St. Richards, Luke, Unit Lane, they're a little bit more than what they were on the previous estimates, weren't they?
Well, right here you have the original planned quantity, which was the estimated quantity, and the actual quantity. So like for Ed Carroll, the asphalted concrete underran. It was originally planned to be 963 tons. We only laid 847.93 tons. The milling was estimated to be 50 square yards. We only used 30 square yards. And we had estimated 50 yards of topsoil, and we didn't use any topsoil. On Farman Road, the asphalt, we had estimated 592 tons, and we laid 473.7 tons. We'd estimated 50 square yards of milling. We didn't use any milling. The topsoil, we had estimated 50 cubic yards, and we didn't use any topsoil on Furman Road. On JB Luke, we had estimated 1,304 tons. We actually laid 1,319.4 tons. So we had a little bit of an overrun on the asphalt on that particular road. The milling, we estimated 50 square yards. We didn't use any. The topsoil, we estimated 50 cubic yards, and we used 45. And I don't know, are y'all able to follow me? Okay.
Yeah.
On Louis Harmson, the original quantity we had estimated was 2,155 tons. We used 2,371.36 tons. The milling, we'd estimated 50 square yards. We didn't use any. And on the topsoil, we'd estimated 50 cubic yards, and we used 150 cubic yards. So we had overrun of 100 cubic yards on that road.
How does that happen?
Pardon me?
How does that happen,
The overruns?
that much?
Just what it takes to get the job done. You know, sometimes you estimate a
I'm
quantity.
not trying to be critical, I'm just wondering
you have
how that big of a miss happens.
Well, you have an idea about what you're gonna need, but you don't do detailed measurements like cross sections and figuring out in areas to compute topsoil. It takes more time and cost to do that than it's worth. So you just do a windshield estimate, a thumbnail estimate based on experience and other things, but you use what you need to meet the typical section that you have designed for.
Do you have a range of error? It may be.
We used what we needed to make sure there wasn't any drop-offs. So, you know, you lay your mat and you have a lip sometimes. Sometimes the natural ground comes up to it, you don't need any topsoil. Sometimes you need to add some to not have that lip. And you just use what you need to make the road safe and to meet the typical section that you have designed for. On St. Richard's Loop, on the asphalt concrete, we had estimated 898 tons. We used 879.56 tons. The milling was 50 square yards. We didn't use any. The topsoil, we estimated 50 cubic yards, and we used 60 cubic yards. On Unit Lane, we estimated 482 tons of asphalt. We put down 600.64 tons. And we didn't have any milling or topsoil estimated for Unit Lane.
Now, on Unit Lane, you was just using what was left over and went as far as you could. Is that correct?
That's what we were told to do,
Yeah,
yes.
because that was the last one.
Yes.
And that's why we did it last. Yeah. That's not my road.
No, that's mine.
I was just saying.
I tell you, if I couldn't get that little piece done, something wrong.
Yeah. It came out really nice.
Any questions on,
About a quarter of a mile, that's about it.
Yeah.
any
We're gonna
questions
take care
on the
of that,
change
Mr.
order or
We're gonna
concerns?
take care of that.
Moving on to the bridge projects. Y'all have 5 all-system bridge projects that are in the program, that DOTD's all-system bridge replacement program. You have 5 of them. Monroe Farb is under construction. Well, the contract the bids have been accepted. They're preparing the contracts. Should have a pre-construction conference sometime soon and work start. Bobby Gaspard is being designed. Bordelon Crossing is being designed. Spring Bayou Road over Spring Bayou we're doing some right-of-way work and some environmental work right now for that project. And Little California over the drainage canal, they just selected a consultant, so they're still probably getting the consultant under contract, and the design will start shortly after that. Item 6 is the off-system bridge inspections that have been done in the last few months. There was 21. Any questions about the
Hey,
bridges?
Bridges, you said you sent a letter, date of October 15, 2025. No bidder was done in B construction. Who opened those bids?
DOTD.
DOTD administered and opened those?
Yeah, that is federal money that comes from US DOTD through Federal Highway Administration. The state of Louisiana Department of Transportation manages those funds. They do the planning and basically all the project delivery. They do planning. The only thing the parish has to do is utilities and right-of-way. That's y'all part of it. The rest of it comes through the feds and administered by DOTD, but they basically start the design, carry it through the delivery process, and they actually do the inspection as well. And once the project's accepted, it comes back in to the parish's purview for maintenance and operation going forward. And I think there are some matching funds on those. Most of those matching funds are covered by your parish transportation fund. That is part of the gasoline tax that the state of Louisiana collects. Any questions on bridges? On facilities, we have the drawings and specifications submitted to Facility Planning and Control. We sent them in on November 11th for review and approval. Once we get approval, we'll be looking to solicit for bids, advertise for bids. We also have worked on a few draw requests to get some money to pay some of the bills on that project. Under the grants and funding, we still have the 23-24 CWEF application. I think we're working to close that one out. We have the 23-24 LGAP application that we submitted a request for payment. We're closing that one out as well. So we sent in an application to the state to reimburse us $28,986, and we submitted the closeout today. On item number 3, it's the 2024-25 LGAP application. Again, we submitted a request for payment to the state first part of November in the amount of $89,553, and we submitted the closeout at the same time. We're trying to get the money from these grants that were awarded to the police jury, get the money back to the police jury, and close out the project so we can apply for future grants applications. Because most of these have a limit of having 2 grants open at a time. So if you got 2 grants, you can't apply for another one until you close them out. 26-27 LCDBG Public Facilities application. We have the parish has been selected for a second round. So we are preparing the second round application for street improvements to a portion of Ruby Centerpoint Road, which is 4,200 feet long, Slaughterhouse Road, which is the whole road, it's 2,410 feet long, and a portion of Bartolone Road, which is 2,112 feet long. That is from JB Loop to US 71. The grant application amount is $1 million. Also on the 24-25 CWEP, we received a letter that the funding allocation of $100,000 was awarded for the replacement of the Southwest Avoyelles Water District existing water meters. So that was a good grant award and will help Southwest Avoyelles Water with replacing their meters, their aged meters. We've also put in an application funding for Water Sector Phase 2 FY 26-27, which was for Tricia Park wastewater pond sludge removal and I&I repairs. The amount's a little over $1 million, $1,069,000, and we submitted that November 28th. We did also at that time request a waiver of the local match for that funding application.
Question on item number 4.
Yes, sir.
Where, was there a vote on that? How are the 3, how did you put those 3 roads to be selected for that?
The Public Works Director gave us the roads.
The who?
The Public Works Director.
Kevin.
Gave us the roads. These roads have to meet certain criteria. They have to be in the low mod areas. They have to be in certain conditions.
Slaughterhouse Road is low mod?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Easy.
So, yeah,
And the
they,
Borland Road, that's the prison, right?
that's where the
So that's
juvenile,
low
From
mod.
the
that
prison to JB Loop.
yeah, it's from 71 to JB
And
Loop.
Ruby Center Point?
Definitely low mod. This
You
is,
looked at,
these three roads, we've been submitting these three roads for
It
4
was
years.
just a
I've been sitting on the.
continuation or something?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, cause
yeah,
that's the
they've
first
been
time I heard
submitted
We
about it.
keep,
before, they
this
just
is the
haven't.
furthest we got.
This
on
is,
this
yeah,
grant.
we're on the second round. Usually, you have a pretty good chance.
Yeah,
23?
yeah.
They've been on there for a while, but we got the roads
We got
at
the
the
round two.
recommendation from, Kevin. Questions?
You seen the, project from the state, from the public hearing? Have you seen that yet? I need to, I got a book. You know how in Pineville they have the public hearing every year?
For the DOTD,
yeah.
DOTD roadshow?
Yeah. What you call it, roadshow?
That's what they call it, yeah.
Okay.
That's the internal name, the roadshow.
Yeah.
And the question, well,
No,
I'm
I
sorry.
was wondering if you looked at the projects that
I
have in
did.
Falls Parish.
I did, they have several in Avoyelles Parish, but I don't have them committed to memory. I can
Yeah.
get you a copy of the list and
Well,
email it
I
to
got,
you.
I got the book, is what I'm.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the book.
Yeah, but there are some projects.
And I'm kinda interested in the project on Prescott, cause that's in my district.
Okay.
And I think, maybe
Now-
they'll start in January.
That's the one for the drainage?
Yeah,
That one's moving forward.
yeah.
That,
I think in January. Well, they moved the utilities. Yeah.
it looks like they've been moved.
Yeah, I'm saying, I'm saying they moved the utilities.
Yeah, so, yeah, I think the project's gonna move now.
January, yeah.
Hey, I got one more question for you. Sorry, I'm asking so many. Your breakdown that you had here, last page, you have $198,438 of total remaining from house bills. Can you explain that a little bit more? What is that comprise of?
Those are underruns primarily, on Furman and, Ed Carroll.
Mr. President, the next three roads that we have coming up from Treasury, that amount of money, if we want to reallocate that money that was not used on Furman and Ed Carroll, would have to be brought in front of some committee from the state in order to.
It'd have to go through the
reallocate.
legislature, the full legislature, yes.
I thought it was a special committee on that, I thought.
That's what the state rep told me. There's a special committee that meets up every month.
To move, I mean, it's
to
House
do it.
bill money.
Throughout the year, they
Yeah.
meet, a couple times, it's a special committee for change orders on their projects.
I
Not
just
bond
wondered
money.
if we could combine this money that I had left that was this
Mm-hmm.
underrun
Your
and maybe
budget.
add it to the project where we can get some, good prices on asphalt and such forth.
Well, I
Come on.
think it would be a good thing to ask for,
Yeah.
being that you had an underrun, that you asked for a little bit more money. Now, the problem with that is, it will be in a House bill in the 2026 session, so the monies won't line up. The monies that you have right now for Business Loop and, Richer Road are to be spent before June 30th of 2026. So you won't, the session will just be ending in June of 2026 for monies.
Hold on,
Yeah.
those timelines of the three roads that were done with Treasury this year, that was completed in the middle of 25. That deadline for the money to be spent was June of 26. Was that not right or wrong?
We had to ask for an extension.
Okay, so
We-
we could
we-
ask for extension
Yep.
on these next round of Treasury roads also,
You
right?
could, yes, yes, you could ask for an extension.
By the
That's
time
what we
we
need
go
to
through
do.
we gotta go through our engineering, we just got our bids back on that, the committee, the oversight committees and a meetup and such forth, and hopefully next year, we get cracking on that, construction project. Okay, may need some help to check into that also with that committee or whichever, or does it have to go through the legislature again? I don't know anything about that.
I was pretty sure it had to go back through the full legislature and a House bill. Because I know the way we had the money extended, because we didn't finish up this year's project and get it all paid. It's supposed to be all done and paid for by June 30th of 2025. We had to write letters, I think I drafted several letters from Mr. Darrell to some of the senators and representatives to ask them to put verbiage in that House Bill 460 this year to roll it over for another year. But I don't think they're too keen on doing that. They prefer that we spend it as soon as we get it. Now, the problem is, the session ends in June.
Yeah.
We don't get we don't start getting communications till about late August from Treasury, and we don't get cooperative endeavor agreements signed till late October, November.
Right.
So that's when you really have your money that you can spend. So you kind of have to do your project work, you know, your plan work and your specifications, and have it ready. So when you sign the CEA, you can start the advertisements for bid. But you do have a very short window to spend that in.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you, Mr. Redd. All right, y'all free to leave if you'd like, or need to. All right, we're gonna move item number 11 up, so Mr. Our ADA has some place it needs to be. It's talking about the Dupree versus Adams suit.
Okay, this is just, Mark asked me to come and give y'all a short explanation as to a little bit of background on what's going on. This is a lawsuit that was filed in 2021. We actually had a day and a half of trial, and I want to say October. Mr. Adams is the plaintiff. He's here and present. The defendant would be Mr. Robert Dupree. And if you could take a look here, okay, you see the property, there's about 80 acres of land owned by Nicholas James Dupree. And above that, there's property owned by Mr. Adams. My understanding of the background is on the southern border of Mr. Adams' property, and I think he bought it in around 2000. 19, there was a dike on his property. Now, above that is about 800 acres of property that got a engineer's report from Frank Willis. All the water from 800 acres of land drains south in this direction. If you look at the eastern boundary of Mr. Dupue's property, there is a police jury ditch on the side. Whenever Mr. Adams purchased the property, he realized that his property was flooding because the dike was holding water. He made a break in the dike. That dike, the break in the dike caused more water to go on Mr. Dupue's property. As you can see, Mr. Dupuy has a pecan orchard. Mr. Dupuy then built a dike on his portion of the property. The main dispute in this lawsuit is between Mr. Adams and Mr. Dupuy, but that's neither here nor there. We had a day and a half of trial, and prior to the trial, I suggested that as part of a possible settlement, the police jury would be willing to go in and clean out the ditch that runs on the eastern boundary of Mr. Adams' property to help alleviate the flooding. The main problems between Mr. Adams and Mr. Dupuy is the construction of the dikes. But there is a contributing factor in the fact that the ditch, the police jury ditch that was referred to in the lawsuit, is Mr. Adams to resolve their issues. This is our portion of it.
It have to be brought up Tuesday night.
Well, I think Kevin has expressed to me and Mr. Clyde, and I think the Road and Bridge, he gave us a little, he said he didn't see no problem going in there. It's just gonna be when we can get in there.
Because we don't wanna go in there and tear up nothing and have to be responsible. But we tear up, so.
Correct,
once it gets done,
and another stipulation, provided that this is approved, and we put all this on the record when we were in court last time, we're gonna have to get proper servitudes from the owners of the property, which Mr. Adams is one, Mr. Dupuy is one. Obviously, they're gonna consent, but there's some other ones we're gonna have to talk to as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So we can just vote on it Tuesday night. I just wanted y'all to have the background.
All right.
We good, I think we good.
I think we all right. Okay. Thanks, sir.
Thank y'all.
All right. Moving on with number one, first item business to be discussed is limit access on Ace Dozot. This is in my district. Ron Boylon had came. The tribe's gonna gate it. He supposedly talked to everybody. There was two guys, and I think they worked it out. But you know,
We heard all that before.
I told him that. So it's gonna be. I called him the other day. He had talked to Kevin, but I called him, and he says the only problem is they want a remote lock on the gate where they don't have to get out of the truck.
They gonna put them on a remote lock?
I guess they gonna pay for it. They're paying for the gates. They can put what they want.
That's a tribe, right?
Yeah. So No, that's the landowners
It
requested
ain't
that.
us, yeah.
No, but that's the tribe
But-
wanna do the gates.
Right.
Yeah.
But the landowners are gonna pay for it. The way I understand it.
Yes,
That's the way it has to be because it's limited access. So,
Is all
but,
that, is all that agreement in writing?
That's on Ron Bordelon and the tribe. I told him that he needed to have all that, so we'll hear it.
We'll know
We'll know the public hearing, all right? So
We'll know Tuesday.
we done went that route and I told him the problems we had last time, that he needed to work it out. He said he took care of it, so we'll find out. All right, number two's, he also talked about this, relinquish rights and maintenance of Gary Lane to the owner. He come talk to us about that, so,
That's the tribe.
right. Who's, that's your district, Clyde?
What do
Gary
you think,
Lane?
Mark? That's mine,
Is that
right?
yours or Mark?
No, this is.
Okay, so you can handle that one. Number three, adopt, revise, and propose budgets. We have a copy here, right? I know we glanced at it. I know we had a meeting where we amended some of it with the, health unit, wasn't it?
Yes, sir, we did.
Okay,
And I've taken care of the rest of it, but if anybody sees anything that you're not sure of, just give me a call.
yeah, give her a call and,
And also, just to let everybody know, item number 4 is not changed, it's the same amount. Coroner's office has also not asked for an increase, so nothing's changed with those two.
so they stayed the same?
Stayed the same.
You got the corn on?
We wore them down last
I
year.
don't have to add it separate.
No, you don't have it separate?
You don't have to add that one
Okay.
separate.
But you just letting us know it's the same.
That's right.
Okay.
All right, so number 4, that's been taken
Yeah,
care of.
It's all.
Number
I still
5,
have to have a motion and
yeah.
vote for number 4.
Y'all already discussed, 5?
No, we're on 5 now. Talking about a 5% COLA raise. Anybody got any issues with this?
That come from finance, right?
Across the board.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
that's for
Jury,
all
library.
employees.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
all right, number 6, it'd be a commendation resolution for Solomon Northett.
Mr. Riddle asked that we pass this on Tuesday, and I have one drafted in the packet. If anybody would like to add anything to it, just let me know.
Okay,
Can we go back to 5? And I just wanna say something about 5.
all right, go back to 5.
Cause the health unit have some of our employees over there. And what they were saying was that they wanna give, I think it's 3, maybe?
3, that's right.
They wanna give this one, this amount, this one, that amount. And I think we give everybody the same thing across the board.
Yeah.
And, you know, I just
I
wanna.
agree with
That's
that.
what
I
you
think
say?
that's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's fair,
so.
cause you start up and down, one and the other, and,
Yeah. We give everybody the same thing.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And usually it's 3, and I think that 5 is the most generous, usually there's a 3 to 5% scale when it comes from
Yeah.
cost of living, so
So they need
I think
5.
5 is fair,
They
very
needed to.
fair.
They needed to. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, good. All right, moving on to number 7. Alan, you wanna talk about it?
We have adjudicated property to Casey Rico. She is the adjoining property owner. These are 2 little strips of land. Neither one of them are as wide as this room. And they border on 2 different sides of her property. And I talked to Heath, and he gave me a price of $100 each, so
She's happy.
she's happy
She,
with
she
that.
likes that, then that's
Yeah.
good. Okay. Number 8, Clyde, we wanna talk about that or not? No?
It's in the packet if you do the new.
They wanna put some cameras at Punky. They got the money to do it. We had a meeting with them and, you know, we pretty much said we was gonna bring it before the board.
Okay.
And, I think they got 3,
Yeah, they discussed that at the
Yeah.
meeting we had
they
here.
got
Okay.
3 estimates. That's pretty much it.
Okay, number 9, approve the change order for Parish roadway improvement for 2025. That's an increase of $9,611.32. We had Mr. Rett go over that. Comments on that? I kinda find, sounds like they find out a lot of stuff as they go. So some of that stuff might be tough to estimate, it seems like. I mean, there's a big discrepancy in some of that.
Change order.
a
change.
change order that you get on a notice in December, and you did the work back in May, June?
I got an issue with that.
And I'm not trying to be hard
I
on
know,
one way or the
I
other,
understand
I'm
that.
just saying, Mr. President, that, 5 or 6 months.
Well, that's maybe what
So are
our,
we gonna have the change order in March?
in our oversight committee, maybe we can
But you usually
prevent
get a
that.
change order when the project's going on.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, and then that happens.
That's a normal change order.
But that long after, like, are we still figuring up numbers right now of how much asphalt and topsoil we've used?
That's how when I.
Just,
Well, it's been a long ordeal, I know that,
Oh,
but
it's
that's,
been tough.
it's,
It's
but
been tough.
we got our oversight committee, hopefully, we'll never have to deal with that again.
Don't say
All right?
No problem.
Number 10 is adopt a holiday meeting schedule, that's in our packet. Okay. We took care of number 11. Number 12, it, got taken care of with number 5, correct?
You
That's
good with
what I
that,
was
Mr.
talking
Clyde?
about.
5
5.
across the board?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was
You good
talking
with
about,
that?
that's why I wanted to take it off.
yeah.
Yeah, we took off 12 because,
Yeah.
5 took care of everything.
All right, number 13, Mr. Benson.
So we had a safety meeting Monday morning, and the guys, it's kinda cold Monday morning, and, they asked for some knit caps. And it's, we got a little money in the safety, fund, and, that's a copy of the knit caps, and they're gonna try to put hopefully y'all can see, they're gonna try to put a patch on it,
A logo?
that logo, our logo on it, yeah. It's,
that. Could you try again?
Try it again.
She got you.
so, I think he said, we put like $750.
Yeah, we did,
Yeah,
make
but
sure.
it's not gonna be $750, it'll be less than that, yeah.
That's
Okay.
a
Yeah.
one-time thing, or? you-
Yeah, that's a one-time thing.
Yeah, last year we got in the vest, I think.
No, we got them jackets.
Jackets, yeah.
Yeah, this is a whole
We
lot
got
cheaper.
boots a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We've got them jackets before.
Yeah, we had got them jackets before, but this, it's like $8 a cap or so,
Yeah.
so it's not that expensive. And I was gonna ask you guys to,
All right.
approve that.
Number 14, Mr. Thomas.
We have a intergovernmental agreement that Jonathan is drawing up right now between the police jury and the town of Bunkie on their industrial park. For us, our permit office, to do all the permits for their industrial park. Because we're better set up than their permit office to do industry. So, and the mayor of Bunkie has agreed to this, and we'll split the proceeds 50/50 on the permits.
We the only two, places, cities, is Bunkie a city?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so we the only
No, we
ones
don't do
have,
their permits.
we the only ones that have industrial parks, right? The only two, there's only two.
Yeah.
Industrial parks in the parish?
Yeah.
Right.
Just where I have one on if it's active.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Anyway, it's that active. Do we have one?
Yep.
Yeah, Simsport has one.
Okay.
All right, everybody.
It's 50/50 for everything,
For the permits.
so the permits.
That's proceeds from the
The
permit.
the industrial park is inside the city limits of Bunkie, so.
And it's
Oh,
basically a
yeah.
1% permit, which
They're
is
getting
a
a
lot of
better-
money for the right
They're
project.
getting a better deal, we're doing the work.
We do.
Well, I'm just asking, it's 50, but I guess they
But it's okay.
offering to split it with us, that we didn't have it before.
Well, we
I
told them
mean-
that's the only way we're gonna do the permit. Otherwise, you're gonna be on your own.
Otherwise, they
They
won't
said,
get the
well, that's not a bad
industries
deal.
either.
So they got their own permit people inside the city limits that does everything else?
Yeah.
They do.
But they do residential housing, small commercial, yeah.
All right, take number 15 while you're there, Alan.
We have a piece of property in front of Plocherville Elementary, and it's a little small strip of land. The school board is maintaining the property now, so I talked to the committee members on and we can do a donation to the school board because it is another public entity. And that gets that little strip of property off our books and off of Heath's books. And
So we can give it to them?
Yeah.
yeah,
I
we
mean,
can
that'd be
give it to them, donate it to them. It's a little small strip. Might be as wide as this room, maybe.
Okay.
Twice as long.
I'm gonna add something to be put on the agenda for Tuesday, because, I got word today, we talked about it before, about moving the Veterans Affairs office from, the Ag Center now, we're gonna move it. The district attorney has space right by his office. Their secretary's gonna come Monday at 2:30, 2:30 to meet with us to whatever, but I would just like approval for us to do it. We need to move it. He don't need to be in that building.
Move it to the DA.
Yeah, we're saying, we basically told them we're moving him. So regardless if they like it or not, we're moving.
And
I
the
don't know
whole
what's
jury
gonna be
voted.
said.
That's the
There's a
best
lot of
way.
things getting said out there. I'm gonna say, I wouldn't, like Lane Kivens said, a lot of untruths, okay? But, I can't be there. I asked Mr. Thomas to be there as chairman of the property committee, and he's gonna be there.
And anyone else who's in.
Anybody else that wants to come
I ain't going
be
nowhere
with
near
him?
that.
Jacob,
Yeah,
any
come
of y'all wanna go? What'd I say?
We mean out here or over there?
Monday.
Right there at the DA's office.
You wanna know where it is at?
I mean, what day and what time?
Monday.
Monday.
2:30. That's what, I think that's,
I have a question, just the
okay.
VA have to have any, say-so oversight?
Not really, as long as we meet,
Provide an office.
provide the office, it's accessible for handicap, da-da-da.
That's
We-
what I was gonna say, it just says provide office, it has to have handicap parking available.
When we got all that, it checks out.
Right.
Time is it?
It's actually, the office is bigger, it's just,
You gotta be there.
So it checks all the boxes, so it
That
should
do
be.
you.
Yeah, and,
yeah, I'm trying to,
He needs to announce that right now.
one of the issues is security,
Yeah, I do.
and at the DA's office, there's better security.
Correct,
No,
there'll
it
be
is.
more security where he was at the accident.
okay. All right, so, I'm gonna ask that we just, we
2 o'clock.
approve it.
I think it'd be a good thing, and then you come back with the whole jury approved it, and they voted
Yeah,
on it.
that's-
End of story.
that's
You know what I'm
'cause he-
saying? And you
we
got
meet
all
him-
9. I mean,
He's meeting him
it's not
Monday,
just one person
and
acting.
basically, we're gonna tell them this is where we're going.
It's your new office.
And, it meets everything, all right? We'll have a project oversight committee meeting Tuesday at 10 o'clock. All right, that's Mr. Franks, Mr. Benson, Mr. Pierce, myself, Jamie, and Kevin. All right, that's to discuss RFQs,
Yep.
okay, with the engineering people.
And me and Mr. Benson and Sam will score.
Anybody else wants to come, you're welcome to
3
come,
of us.
okay?
3 of us will be scoring, and we'll have the documentation and such forth and go over it. And
Present it
the
to the-
qualifications and experiences and all of that good stuff.
And you want me to put that on for Tuesday, right?
Yeah,
All
yes,
right.
Tuesday at 10.
Anything else?
It's gonna
Oh,
be here?
yeah.
Yeah, right here.
Yes, sir.
Darryl, don't forget, everybody is invited Tuesday night.
Well, I won't forget.
Barker Show Construction.
That Nutri-Rat gumbo?
Sandwiches.
Nutri-Rat?
Okay, thank everybody, we adjourn.
Water Lily Green, salad.